It's been good. It's been very competitive preseason, I'd say. A lot of younger guys, freshmen, sophomores, really pushing some of the older guys, which really has just increased the intensity of practice. And it's just, I feel like we're really further along than we were last year, which is exciting as we get ready for the Johns Hopkins next week.
Preseason's been really good. We've had some guys who had to fill in spots from last year, and they've done a really good job. And you know, I think everyone knows the pressure that we've put on ourselves after last year, and has tried to meet that, and you know, really compete so we got the best guys out there when we come to play Hopkins.
Well, I think they've been subtle differences. You know, you try to find those moments that, and we call these kind of old man reps with some of our older players who've been getting reps, you know, for 4 years, and trying to find times to rest their bodies a little bit and get some young kids some more experience. You also feel like you probably can move a little quicker in your install in certain phases because of your experience. So, you know, no major changes from what we've done in the past, just some small subtle differences. Yeah, you know, I think there's a couple answers there. First, I think we've challenged our guys. You know, we've used the phrase "good to great" all camp. You know, I think we're a good team right now. I don't think we're a great team, and we're working in that direction. And take the next step for our program. You know, it's we're not focused on being perfect. We're not focused on being 10-0. We're focused on being a better football team each and every day. You know, and if that leads us in a direction of success, then that's great. But I think if that team can keep that mindset, like to be better today than they were yesterday, then we got a shot, you know, as we move forward in the season.
Yeah, well, our big goal to start the season is to beat Johns Hopkins. They're a perennial top 10, top 15 team, and we feel like we're finally where we can compete on a national stage. And we want to go up there and get a win on the road and really get this program another step forward to where we're competing every year on a national stage. And we saw last year we were almost there. We got to the playoffs, but couldn't quite compete. And we want to win the ODAC and then get to the playoffs and win a playoff game.
You know, I don't think that our goals have really changed much since last year. You know, every year we want to win an ODAC championship, and you know, do whatever we can in playoffs and just be the best team that we can. And you know, whether your season before is 10-0 or 2-8, that's what our goals are. And then obviously, you know, leading up to Johns Hopkins, that's another really big opportunity for us. You know, to be going up against a non-conference powerhouse like Johns Hopkins. So that's a big goal for us right now.
Well, certainly, as you mentioned it, I mean, you can't overlook the experience. I mean, that's a huge factor. And then, you know, I think the two big things that jump out at me with this team that maybe I could say are a little different from years in the past. I think we're bigger. You know, some of that's attributed to some young DL that came in that are bigger sized kids. I think we're bigger up front on the offensive side. And I think we run well as a program. You know, as a program, when I look at our back half on defense, our skilled guys on offense, we run extremely well, and we're excited about that.
I think, again, a small team like ours, you have to have a lot of resiliency to, you know, get through the grind of preseason, and not just that, but, you know, going to WNL, you got to handle a very tough course load. So you just have a lot of guys who are willing to work extremely hard, and I think that's probably our strong suit and what we kind of live by.
Well, you know, I think the area we're probably going to see the most growth is being able to adjust, being able to make those changes as people show us different looks, different schematics. You know, whenever you're the front runner, you know, people are prepared a little longer, a little more, and our guys, you know, maybe aren't quite used to that. So I think the biggest change we're going to need to see is how we handle that, how we grow in that role.
I mean, Evan Hinkle's probably the name that comes to mind. You know, he played, I guess, the first 3 or 4 games last season, but had a season-ending knee injury, and he's been having a great camp. He's one of those athletes that can make anything happen out of nothing. So I think you'll see his name a lot. And I think another name you'll be seeing more would be Nate Faber. He's a linebacker this year, and he's been having a really great camp. So expect some things from him.
So it certainly is a more challenging schedule, but if we want to be the program that we talk about, we want to be that consistent nationally ranked program out of our conference, we have to challenge ourselves out of conferences. And then that's what we've done with this year's schedule, and we're excited for that opportunity. And I think it can only make us better as we head into ODAC.